Hello, use the chat. If you were watching earlier, I was trying to use that OBS Studio, but I kept getting error messages. I've never used the program before, so we'll have to fall back to this. If you can hear the music, that's music on the mall. That's what we like to see, isn't it? Well, you can hear the music. It's music on the mall featuring Kevin Collins. I believe this is the first one of the year. Hey, no. We almost had someone drive the wrong way there. Music on the Mall featuring Kevin Collins, 3 to 6 p.m., South Kalamazoo Mall. Grab your favorite people and join us every Saturday from June to September for smooth grooves and good times at downtown's newest music series, Music on the Mall. Free outdoor performances feature a lineup of artists for every music taste. You're still watching, so I'll keep reading. Located on downtown's historic Kalamazoo Mall, the series features regional artists performing a wide variety of music. Performances start at 3 p.m. and continue over the dinner hour until 6 p.m. Also, once a month, you can even make an entire day of it with Shop Second Saturdays featuring Kalamazoo Mall Market, Vintage in the Zoo's Mall Mart, and Zoo Flea. That's all one thing. Begin your day shopping in downtown Central Business District with the Central Commons refreshment area, drink in hand, liquor. Head over to Vintage in the Zoo's Mall Mart and Zoo Flea Market on the North Kalamazoo Mall and end it with dinner at any of downtown's great outdoor patios. If I had that OBS program working, then I could have just shown you that webpage. But for now, we're just going to have to stick with the simple video. I hope you can hear the music. The only way I can hear the music, or the only way I can hear the music that you're hearing is when I download this video later and listen to it myself. So use the chat if you would, please, and let me know if you can hear. Oh, there goes the fresh food fairy. You can't see her, though. Unfortunately, the angle on this camera is too wide. If I was using an OBS studio, we could at least do a digital zoom. But this camera itself has no zoom. It's just a fixed focus, wide angle camera. But if I was using an OBS studio, I could have shown you the web page, and I could have shown you, I could have zoomed in on stuff. But now I'll just have to describe everything. I'm gonna adjust the camera here a little bit, so maybe you can see the healthy young women a little better. The music source is a little closer than it was last night, so I don't know if Stayed on the Street, State Theater thing last night. I'm not sure how well that audio came in. There's a white Ford Bronco behind me. No O.J. Simpson around, so I feel safe. Want to see the white Ford Bronco? White Ford Bronco. White Ford Bronco. See, there's the nameplate, Bronco. Bronco XL, white Ford Bronco with BF Goodrich all-terrain TA tires. Use it for your next fleeing the police post-murder. It's with AJ Cowlings. Yes, Ford Bronco, the choice of murderers everywhere. And check this out. This RV. It says spaced, no skating. I don't know. It's parked at that church on the corner of Lovell and Westnedge earlier. Let's see. I can't tell if it's got license plates or not. I mean, it's usual, common in the summer for people from out of town to show up. Cross-country travelers or whatever. Who knows if Ben's going to show up? But yeah, sometimes, you sit here and there'll be lots of healthy young women walk by and or downtown residents walking their purebred dogs. But if you're going to people watch, I guess, this is about the time to be doing it. Maybe I should change the title of the video to, I wonder if it lets me change the title of the video while I am live. I'm going to click the edit button and see what happens. The current title is Downtown Kalamazoo Mall Live for Saturday, June 12, 2021. I'm going to change that to I've changed it to people watching on the Downtown Kalamazoo Mall. Okay, I changed the title. I have a first police officer sighting there. That tree's kind of in the way. Two furry friends. we can start counting how many times we see a police car go by. So this will be number one. Oh, there's a downtown ambassador, finally. Well, one of the cleaning ones. Okay. Police car count one. One police car, one downtown ambassador. I still think we'll see the police more. The downtown ambassador is at the head of the line here in the quad vehicle. But the tree's in the way. Can you see it there turning? Another vehicle turning behind it. Yeah. Yeah, so there's two things going on right now. There's that music on the mall from 3 to 6, and there's also that vintage in the zoo market on the two north blocks of the Kalamazoo Mall, primarily on Kalamazoo Valley Community College property. Looked like they may have had a pair of human mannequins there too. So we got those two things going on. And then I saw a group of people being led around, and at the head of the tour group was John Liberty, former Kalamazoo Gazette entertainment writer. He now owns or co-owns his own company, West Michigan Beer Tours. And I saw them walking through Vintage on the zoo. Vintage in the zoo. So let's look up West Michigan Beer Tours website. It's westmichiganbeertours.com. The address for West Michigan Beer Tours is on South 11th Street in Oshtemo Township. That's the municipality immediately to the west of Kalamazoo. And there's some people taking pictures with the frog, which happens frequently. Kalamazoo's Beer Trail. Let's see. Okay, June 12th. John Liberty's title is General Manager of West Michigan Beer Tours. There's no link. Let's see. I think he's doing one every Saturday. It says brewery tour June 19th to June 12th. Has no link. So brewery tour June 19th. Tour of downtown Kalamazoo breweries. That's probably what he was doing today. Walking tour of downtown Kalamazoo breweries, $35. That's for the first 6 spots sold in advance, and $40 after that. West Michigan Beer Tours is proud to be partnering with Discover Kalamazoo and the rest of our sponsors for walking tours of downtown Kalamazoo breweries. Dubbed one of the top 10 walking tours in the country by Paste magazine. This casual afternoon will introduce you to some of the colorful personalities and flavors behind Kalamazoo's beer culture. They are held every Saturday year-round in downtown Kalamazoo. Learn about the craft beer in Kalamazoo, enjoy sampling some of the best beers in the world, and meet the personalities behind the beer. Note, tours will require a minimum of 6 attendees to be held. Need overnight accommodations? Consider our discounted room rate at the Radisson Plaza Hotel in downtown Kalamazoo. June 19 itinerary. Origination, Central City Tap House, 12 to 1 p.m. Stop 1, Bright Eyes Brewing Company, 1:15 to 2 p.m. Stop 2, Old Peninsula Brew Pub, 2:15 to 3 p.m. Stop 3, Saugatuck Brewing Company, Kalamazoo, 3:15 to 4 p.m. Termination, Central City Tap House, 4:15 p.m. So, Bright Eyes Brewing Company isn't downtown. A dental lesson from Big Brother. So Central City Tap House, 12 to 1. I don't know. I guess they're expecting people to drive. I don't think they're going to walk from Central City Tap House to Bright Eyes Brewing in 15 minutes. You could run that, maybe. I guess they're expecting people to drive. It's not really a walking tour. Each tour will include origination at a craft beer bar/restaurant, brewery, or other business, including Central City Tap House, Shakespeare's Pub, Kalamazoo Beer Exchange, Old Burdick's Bar and Grill, and more. 3 stops at featured breweries with samples or pint at each stop. Featured breweries: Bell's Brewery, Inc., Saugatuck Brewing Company, Kalamazoo, that used to be Gonzo's Big Dog. Old Peninsula Brew Pub, Bright Eyes Brewing Company, Final Gravity Brewing Company, Kalamazoo, to distinguish it from their original location in Decatur. Green Door Distilling, which is spirits, not beer. The Kalamazoo Stillhouse, again, spirits, not beer. And Tempo Vino Winery. Knowledgeable tour guide providing a history of Kalamazoo, the Michigan craft beer industry. history of Kalamazoo, the Michigan craft beer industry. Souvenir logo pint glass. Registration will be at noon, departure at 1 p.m. Tours officially conclude at 4 p.m. The cost is $35 per person for the first 6 guests and $40 in advance for additional guests. It is $45 for guests purchasing tickets the day of the tour. Design your own craft beer weekend. West Michigan Beer Tours will work with you to create a memorable weekend. Take advantage of discounted overnight packages with some of our lodging partners. Visit other local breweries. Try some of our unique bars and restaurants and meet many of our fantastic retailers. All tour guests may take advantage of our sponsored discounts available through our mobile mug club. So that's probably what they did today. I saw them were doing. Let's see if the that was the one for June 19th. Now June 26th is a Makers Tour. It's like they do Makers Tour the last Saturday of every month. The regular walking tours appear to end August 28th. So the first 3 weeks of the month, they probably do a brewery tour, and then the last.
When I was in college,
and the last Saturday of every month, they apparently do a Makers Tour. Okay, let's look at the Makers Tour. Okay, Makers Tour, walking tour of a downtown Kalamazoo brewery, winery, and distillery. Okay, instead of brewery tour, then it's Makers Tour. Yep, more people taking pictures on the frog. That's why the paint is all worn out, because they've never repainted it since it was placed there in January 2013, I guess. The frog has been there for over 8 years now. Okay, Makers Tour, a walking tour of a downtown Kalamazoo brewery, winery, and distillery, Saturday, June 26, 2021, $45. Makers Tour, explore Kalamazoo's wine, spirits, and beer culture on this guided walking tour. Includes knowledgeable tour guide John Liberty, samples, or a full pour at each of the 3 stops. Production tours were available, and a goodie bag. $50 after the first 6 tickets sold. And if you wait until the day of, it's $55. Buy now. Product description. West Michigan Beer Tours is proud to be partnering with Discover Kalamazoo and the rest of our sponsors for walking tours of downtown Kalamazoo breweries. Dubbed one of the top 10 walking tours in the country by Paste Magazine, this casual afternoon will introduce you to some of the colorful personalities and flavors behind Kalamazoo's craft beverage culture. And a twist, we're spotlighting craft beverage makers in downtown Kalamazoo. They're missing a word here. It says, I'm going to read it as it says, in a twist, we're spotlighting craft beverage makers in downtown Kalamazoo include local spirits and local wine alongside our brewery partners. So it's just like reading an MLive article. I can't read it because the copy's bad. The tour includes samples, guided tastings or tours, glassware, and a goodie bag featuring our stainless steel pint, among other items. They are held every Saturday year-round in downtown Kalamazoo. Learn about the craft beer in Kalamazoo, enjoy sampling some of the best beers in the world, and meet the personalities behind the beer. Note, tours will require a minimum of 6 attendees to be held. Need overnight accommodations? Consider our discounted room rate at the Radisson Plaza Hotel in downtown Kalamazoo. June 26th itinerary. Origination, Shakespeare's Pub, 12 to 1 p.m. Stop 1. Kalamazoo Stillhouse, 1:15 to 2 p.m. Stop 2. Tempo Vino Winery, 2:15 to 3 p.m. Stop 3. Bell's Eccentric Cafe, 3:15 to 4 p.m. Termination, Shakespeare's Pub. The Stillhouse, Shakespeare's Pub is on East Kalamazoo Avenue, and then they go over to Michigan Avenue. East Michigan at the river is a Stillhouse, and then they go west on East Michigan to Temple Vinery, and then they go back north to Bell's, and then they go further north back to Shakespeare's. It doesn't say that, but that's what that is. So those are all downtown, unlike the other one where Bright Eyes is clearly they're not walking that distance. Each tour will include origination at a craft beer bar / restaurant, brewery, or other business, including Central City Tap House, Shakespeare's Pub, Kalamazoo Beer Exchange, Old Burdick's Bar and Grill, and more. I don't need to read the rest of this because it seems to be a repeat of the last one. Okay, now let's look at the brewery tour for July 3 that might be canceled because it's the day before Independence Day. I don't know. I mean, he probably has no idea what that might be. You could get a lot of people for that tour, or maybe you wouldn't. It could be quite variable on that particular date. Brewery tour, July 3. I'm going to compare it to the walking tour from next week and see if they're the same places. No, they're not. Old Peninsula and Saugatuck. Old Peninsula and Saugatuck. Okay, so the June 19th is it start at Central City Tap House. So there's two the same, two different. The one on June 19th starts and ends at Central City Tap House, while the one on July 3 starts and ends at Old Burdick's. And then both of them have Saugatuck Brewing Company in Old Peninsula, but the June 19th has Bright Eyes, and July 3 has Final Gravity. So if you actually want a walking tour of downtown the whole time, then you want the July 3. Although I guess walking to Saugatuck Brewing Company, the old Gonzo's Big Dog, that might be too far to walk for some fatties. Yep, politically correct, they're fatties. Fatty beer drinkers. And they're proud of it too. And then tomorrow in Bronson Park, let's see if they have concerts in the park or not. Concerts in the Park is organized by the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts, it's organized by the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, which is kalamazooarts.org. Bronson Park is adjacent to the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts, but they don't organize concerts in the park. It's organized by the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, located on the second floor of the Epic Center. The stream might get a little choppy while I'm loading web pages. I don't know. Because most of the time I'm looking at the web pages, not... Oh, there we are. The busking link. I saw 3 buskers here on the mall earlier before the music started. We'll do that. Blue Skies busking and concerts in the park. Blue Skies, Kalamazoo or Busk. This program has been suspended until 2021. A program of the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo designed in an effort to encourage the performing arts and provide an opportunity for entertainers to perform for the public and promote their bands, business, and profession. Entertainers are required to register in order to maintain compliance with special event outdoor entertainment policies. Blue Skies entertainers perform free of charge, but tipping is encouraged. Entertainers may include, but are not limited to, the following: bands, solo musicians, singers, jugglers, clowns, improv artists, etc. But they're almost all solo artists.
Yeah, like they should, I think they actually did have like some already pre-mixed. Like just show me like all like the samples so I can come back and but like have like $10 samples on the buy side.
Right? Yeah, I feel like they wanted you to walk in and just start mixing shit.
Very similar poochies. Eligibility requirements. 1. Entertainers are required to apply to the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo for a permit each season. 2. Entertainers must prominently display their Blue Skies permit during busking performances. 3. Entertainers are responsible for their own amplification for use only at pre-approved sites. They generally don't have amplification. The people I saw today, there was a saxophone guy and a guitar guy and 2 people sharing a guitar, and then they had a domestic choral and left in a huff. 4. Entertainers under the age of 18 must have consent from a parent/guardian, and if under the age of 15, there must be a parent or guardian present during all performances. They're not that young generally. Due to high demand, performances during Art Hop evenings must be approved by the Arts Council at least 30 days in advance. Well, when they used to have Art Hop indoors, they did resume Art Hop in April of this year, but everything has been outdoors. But when they used to have Art Hop indoors, in the summer there wouldn't be that many stops. There might be 3 stops on the mall, but there would be like 6 buskers, like for July Art Hop. I tweeted about that at the time. That was a number of years ago. Procedures. When weather permits, approved Blue Skies entertainers are permitted to perform outdoors in pre-approved locations mapped with permit from Memorial Day to Labor Day. Performances are limited to the following time slots: Monday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., aka lunchtime, and 4:30 to 8 p.m., aka dinner. Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 4:30 to 9 p.m., excluding Art Hop. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., aka all day. Sunday, noon to 8 p.m., aka all day. Materials may be downloaded here. Blue Sky's program permit application, application information, performance map. Email Charlie Tomlinson. So if you want to have a officially authorized busking on the Kalamazoo Mall, you need one of these permits. Not that, I don't know, I've seen them with the permits. I mean, not this year, but in the past, I've seen them with the permits. I don't know if the people this year have them or not. I generally try to not look at their music cases. Okay, so that's the Blue Skies busking permit program. So let's go on to concerts in the park. Concerts in the park used to be every Sunday in Bronson Park at 4, but in recent years they have expanded it to our neighboring communities, including Parchment at Kindleberger Park. Parchment is a very small city. Oshtemo Township at Flesher Field. Portage at Ramona Park. Don't know about that one. Can you hear the helicopter? That is the medical evacuation helicopter. Probably took off from Bronson Hospital, because now I don't hear it, so it must have been a takeoff. Ramona Park normally has an admission charge, so, well, those are on Thursday, so those aren't depriving downtown. And then there's one in Richland, one in Schoolcraft, but the Schoolcraft one is on a Saturday. The Richland one is on a Friday, and the Portage ones are on Thursday. Guess there's some on Sundays in Oshtemo, and the ones in Parchment. See, there's none scheduled for Bronson Park this week, which would be June 13th.
Yeah, already. Right, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to keep this one up in the States.
There's none scheduled for June 13th. So I know in the past, Bronson Park was losing some of its concerts in the park to adjacent communities, but there's none scheduled for June 13th, so we didn't lose any. Although there are a lot of other locations. So the next concert in the park at Bronson Park is a week from tomorrow, Sunday, June 20th, at the Kalamazoo Concert Band from 4 to 5 p.m. And then the following Sunday is Indica, Indika, Indika, or Indica, Indica or Indica, reggae. And then they're not going to do it on Independence Day. They're going to do it the day before, Saturday, July 3, Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra. There's another police car. You probably didn't see that, but that will be police car count 2. So rather than doing a concert in the park on Independence Day at 4 in the afternoon, they're going to do it the night before, kind of. Saturday, July 3, Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra, 7:30. That would be nice if they could coordinate that with some fireworks. But the fireworks won't begin until at least a half hour after, or at least an hour after that ends, because it's not dark enough until about, I don't know, 9:45 to 10 for fireworks. And then they're going to take a week off, and they'll have another one on Sunday, July 18th. Canola Band, also known as Rapeseed, Jazz, Soulful Funk, Dixieland. I believe canola oil comes from rapeseed. I'm going to have to look that up. Yes, Wikipedia, canola oil. Canola oil is a vegetable oil derived from a variety of rapeseed. Rapeseed is a bright yellow flowering member of the family Brassa. Not gonna work here anymore. Mustard or cabbage family, cultivated mainly for its oil-rich seed, which naturally contains appreciable amounts of uric acid. ERUCIC, uric acid. Canola are a group of rapeseed cultivars which were bred to have very low levels of uric acid and are especially prized for use for human and animal food. Rapeseed is the third largest source of vegetable oil and the second largest source of protein meal in the world. So remember, canola oil is made from rapeseed. That band is spelled Kanola. Canola is spelled Canola. Okay, Saturday, July 18th, concert in the park, Bronson Park. Canola Band, Kanola. Jazz, Soulful Funk, Dixieland, 4 to 5 p.m. The following Sunday, they will have a Sunday evening concert. Sunday, July 25, Farmers Alley Theater Summer Concert Series. I'm not really sure. I mean, Farmers Alley Theater, they put on acting. Performance is not music necessarily. Guess we'll have to see what that is. And then after that, they're going to take apparently 2 weeks off and come back Sunday, August 15th with the same thing, except that will be a daytime show from 4 to 5. That's Sunday, July 25th is the evening show, 7:30 to 8:30. And Sunday, August 22nd, Shayna, Shayna, Shayna Steele, Jazz, Gospel, Soul, Funk, 4 to 5 p.m. And then concerts in the park will conclude for the season on the last Sunday in August, the 29th. Together We Are Stronger, Change Gonna Come, the music of Sam Cooke, and Discover Open Doors, 4 to 6 p.m. So no concert in the park tomorrow. No concert in the park, no fountain. If I was using the OBS program, I could show you pictures of the fountain, or video I took of the fountain in approximately July 2014, or video of the fountain from spring 1980, apparently just weeks before the May 13, 1980 tornado. Usually, concerts in the park is the only thing that's going on Sundays. Let's see. Check on Pokemon Go Community Day. They do those on Saturdays and Sundays. Well, the Pokemon Go Community Day for this month was held apparently last Sunday. Yeah, last Sunday, June 6, 2021. So what special events are downtown tomorrow? I don't know of any. No concert in the park. Uh, oh yeah. Well, there is the anarchist gathering at Arcadia Creek Festival Place every Sunday at 4 p.m. And if I was using the OBS Studio, I could show you a flyer, a copy of a flyer, or a scan of a flyer for an event, but I can read it to you. This is supposedly happening tonight. Okay, here's the flyer. People's Pride presents Queer and Trans Liberation Now, Abolitionist and Anti-Capitalist Mobile Dance Party. And then it's got a picture of a police car that looks like it's in a junkyard. Well, it's a damaged police car, and it's got flowers growing out of it, like it's been sitting there for 5 years. The passenger compartment is all filled with flowers growing out of it. And it says, "Fuck the police." June 12, 8 p.m., Arcadia Creek Park. The correct name is Arcadia Creek Festival Site. Corner of Kalamazoo Avenue and Edward Street. Please wear a mask. Kink welcome. No cops, no corporations. That is supposed to happen tonight at 8 o'clock. We will see. So that's why I'm going to stop streaming at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time to see if anything is happening over there. Well, couple people told me today that Don Cooney is running for city commission this fall, so I'm gonna check the Gazette's website and see if there's anything there about that. Well, good there. I see one of the things I tipped the Kalamazoo Gazette about has been published. Let's see. Tuesday, June 1st, was the monthly City of Kalamazoo Parks and Recreation Advisory Board meeting, and one of the things that was reported on at that meeting by the Parks Director was that the contractor for the splash pad at Bronson Park had not begun any work, and he considered the contractor to be a non-performing bidder or something. Hadn't done the work, and Director Fletcher thought that if he did begin the work, he wouldn't finish on time, and they'd have to back charge him by withholding payment. And so that was Tuesday, June 1st, and I see that 29 hours ago, a story and then I text messaged it to Brad Devereaux. I hope that's how his name is pronounced. It's Devereaux, and I would pronounce that Devereaux. It's one of those words, those French words, or words with a French spelling. I mean, you could pronounce it in English as Devereaux, but I believe it's Devereaux because it's a French derivation. Anyway, that was Tuesday, June 1st, and it is now June 12th, so I'll open that one up and read it. I don't see any stories here about the city commission. Anything about Don Cooney. I don't know, maybe someone said Jack Urban may have said something about it. I don't know if Jack Urban posted it on Facebook or what.
Yeah.
like where I'm now.
Well, the most recent Kalamazoo Gazette article that has Don Cooney's name in it is this one titled "How Should Kalamazoo Spend $38 million of Federal Stimulus Money?" Okay, well, that didn't work. So let's read the article that I tipped the Gazette on June 1st. And actually, the meeting was on June 1st, and then I thought about it, I think the second day. So I tipped him on June 2nd, and he posted it on June 11th. Titled, Kalamazoo Splash Pad Construction Delayed, Contract Terminated Over Missed Deadlines. Construction of a splash pad at Lacrone Park has been delayed after the city terminated a contract due to non-performance because of numerous missed deadlines by the contractor, according to a city official. The city had terminated the contract with USA Construction, the company hired to construct the splash pad at Lacrone Park. KZoo Parks director Sean Fletcher told MLive on Thursday, June 10. The contractor had missed numerous deadlines and had yet to break ground for the project, Fletcher said. The project was previously scheduled for an August 2021 completion date. And then there's a link there to a Kalamazoo Gazette article from May 2020. I guess that noise is to indicate that the stream is now elapsed 1 hour. And And then there was another article about it in April titled New Splash Pad Expected to Open on Kalamazoo's North Side this August. The city is currently working with the second lowest bidder to determine if that contractor can perform the work instead and whether the project can still be completed later this summer or fall, Fletcher said. If all goes as planned, the new splash pad will now open in the Northside Neighborhood Park in spring 2022, he said. Plans call for the splash pad to open seasonally, with water features available daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., according to a page on the city's website. And that's a link to kzooparks.org/Lacrone. For those who can't wait until August to beat the heat, the existing Florence Street Spray Park is now open. And there's a link there to a Kazoo Parks Facebook post. After taking a year off amid the coronavirus pandemic in 2020, Kalamazoo's kick pool reopened for the 2021 season on Wednesday, June 9. Similar to the city's Florence Street Splash Pad, the new splash pad at Lacrone Park will be free to use and open to all members of the community. The city chose to place a splash pad at Lacrone Park at the southeast corner of Cobb and West Patterson Street. He spelled Patterson wrong. Patterson in the article has 2 T's. Our Patterson has 1 T. Other than that, I don't see any errors in this article in the first read. After a meeting held in October to gather input from residents about 2 proposed locations, the city had presented Farrell Park as a second option. MLive acquired renderings of the proposed splash pad from Vortex Aquatic Structures International. The funding for splash pad construction is included in the Parks and Recreation Capital Improvement Program budget, the city said previously. So when you hear city staff mention CIP, well, actually CIP is normally Capital Improvement Plan. Could also be Capital Improvement Program. Lacrone Park was named after former park superintendent, or if you're a Simpsons fan, Super Nintendo, William Lacrone in 1935. The 5-acre park includes a playground, tennis court, a trail, basketball courts, and picnic areas. Editor's note: the Foundation for Excellence is not providing funding for this project. I always like it when, I give them a tip that they find worthy to follow up on. Maybe one of these years I'll assemble a list of all the articles that I've tipped the Gazette on. Yeah, at the meeting, the Parks meeting on Tuesday, June 1st, held at Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Park, they talked about how there had been construction barricades in the area. In the area where the splash pad was to have been constructed, and the kids took it down. I don't know. I don't visit Lacrone Park very often, so I don't know what's going on there. The last time I was at Lacrone Park was on Wednesday, February 15th, for their winter scavenger hunt. And if I was using the OBS Studio program, then I could just show you the pictures I took that day. That morning was the coldest morning of the entire winter. It got down to 10 below air temperature. Wind chill, lower than that, but I don't know that it was a lot lower than that. I look forward to watching this video later and telling if you can hear the music or not, the live music. The music's going to be scheduled. They started this music on the mall at exactly 3 o'clock. So it's scheduled to last until 6. And that vintage in the zoo market is scheduled to last until 7. They have recorded music playing there, I think. So I've not, since we've been doing this here since a little before 4:30, I've not seen any illegal bicycling or skateboarding, scooter riding. Both regular scooters, bicycles, and skateboarders, as well as the electric variety. You might want to know what the weather conditions are right now. Now, the official weather conditions for Kalamazoo are at the airport 3 to 4 miles. Southeast of downtown. And by 3 to 4 miles, I mean straight line, not as driven. As driven, the airport's 5 miles from downtown, but straight line, or as the crow flies, it's 3 or 4 miles. The hourly temperature at the airport is 89. 89 degrees or 32 degrees Celsius. Calm winds, but we've got a slight breeze here downtown. We can have a breeze here on the mall because the buildings channel the wind that would otherwise be going through the buildings. So there's a light breeze here on the mall. I can feel it. I see the leaves on the trees and the branches moving a little bit. The dew point is 64 or 18 degrees Celsius. That is humid. pretty much clear skies. I mean, it says partly cloudy on the National Weather Service's website, and there are a few clouds, but I would call it mostly sunny, not partly cloudy. Heat index 90. The dew point, dew point were any higher, then the heat index would start going up. But the dew point only raises the heat index by 1 degree, and that's the hourly conditions as of 4:53 p.m. National Weather Service does have a 40% chance of rain. See what Weather Underground says. Weather Underground has a 24% chance of rain for tonight. A few clouds, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, low 64, winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow's forecast is abundant sunshine, high of 86, winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Let's see how we're doing on the daily infections. Last time I looked at the Kalamazoo County website, our daily coronavirus infections had fallen to the single digits for about 5 days in a row. Well, on June 1st, there were 17 confirmed cases. And June 2nd, there were 12. June 3rd, there were 8. And there's been nothing higher than 8 since June 3rd. So this month, we got 17, 12, 8, 6, 7, 3, 8, 6, 5, 8, 2. That's June 11th. That was yesterday. 2. So the 7-day average is now down to 6, and the 14-day average is down to 9. So we've been solid single-digit numbers since the third day of the month. So for the past 10 days, had single-digit infection counts. This whole pandemic, the peak day for daily infections was April 2nd. 243 confirmed cases. And then the 7-day average had peaked at 170. It peaked at 170 on April 13th. But the actual peak was on April 2nd at 243. I was using that OBS program, but I don't know how to use it yet. Well, I mean, I was sort of using it, but it was giving me error messages.
Where was it? Festival. Have you ever done one? Yeah. I've done one.
Here comes another poochie. Yeah, the weather's forecast to get cooler next week. And there's enough wind to blow the dress on a mannequin outside Adrienne's shop. Yeah, Weather Underground is predicting a good drop in the dew point Sunday afternoon. From 60 at 11 a.m. to 48 at 7 p.m. And then it predicts that the dew point will remain below 60 through the first day of astronomical summer, which is approximately June 21st. All of next week is predicted to be pretty dry. It's a motorcycle. I'm pretty sure you could hear that. Yeah, I don't consider the Kalamazoo Mall to be a good place to drive if you actually want to get anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 hour, 23 minutes, 24 seconds had elapsed in this video. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're actually trying to get somewhere, you probably shouldn't drive through here. It's more of a parade ground. You got a whopping 2 blocks to drive your vehicle slow and parade. Apparently, the Kalamazoo Downtown Partnership wants to put trackers back along the mall that would count the people using their pings to their cell phones or something. They used to have those up on the trees back in 2013, and then they took them down. But they want to put them back up so they can count the people again. Also, Central City Parking was going to maybe change its name, or the city or Kalamazoo Downtown Partnership was going to get a different parking contractor. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm going to change the category of this video, not that it makes a difference. Nope, I got it correct. Travel and events. Okay, I just added a sentence. We'll look at these ladies first. Okay, I just added a sentence to the description for this video. Well, I changed the title. I capitalized the word live. And I added a sentence to this description. Commentary about upcoming downtown Kalamazoo events and news about city government. his big finale. Wow, and there's someone on the other side of the mall walking his bicycle. He's going to walk it across the street. An unusually compliant afternoon. Maybe the music makes everyone behave. Well, let's see what we got for this coming Wednesday for Workout Wednesday and Beats on Baits. $6:00, so our music guy has earned his paycheck.
Oh yeah, it's really smart.
Okay, this Wednesday for Workout Wednesday in Bronson Park at 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Ascension Borges Health and Fitness. So, exercise of some sort, but it could be any kind of exercise. And then concurrently in Bates Alley,
And I try to stick to the cardio, but like when I'm working today,
Speaking of exercise, that guy was saying something about cardio. Okay. This Wednesday, July 16th, Beats on Baits featuring Andro. A-N space D-R-O. Well, I guess he's got recorded music playing now while he tears down.
Okay, no. When I was in my theater phase, you would make fun of me all the time. It's my passion.
It's you. Like, I'm not, you don't want to say my win.
Anyway, now that the the live portion of the music has ended, maybe you can hear the birds a little better.
there was like a music event like what's going on right now. But
No, I'm not cutting.
The crying little boy's t-shirt said, "Play like a boss." And he was carrying a railroad crossing sign. Wrong way! Unfortunately, I have to do that because no one else will. You're looking at two one-way streets. Kalamazoo Mall going one way south, and South Street going one way east. So I guess people can hear me when I want to be heard. And here comes another vroom vroom on South Street. The motorcycle showed you the correct direction to travel on South Street. I have seen people driving the wrong way on the Kalamazoo Mall, despite the fact there's only one lane. They will do this from the Level Street end. Well, they usually do it at night, so they're probably inebriated, and they do it in despite of two large "Do Not Enter" signs. Well, finally, we had some illegal skating. Not skateboarding or scooter riding, but inline skating. You just witnessed a violation of City of Kalamazoo Ordinance Section 19.5C. The use of any skateboard, rollerblades, non-motorized scooters, or roller skates in the mall is prohibited, including that area of the mall designated for vehicular traffic. And I think I see John Liberty over there in front of Dan's Smoke Shop. John Liberty used to work at the Gazette as an entertainment writer. It's, let's see, right there. That's where I see John. Or more specifically, I think I see John. Well, here comes a sports car. A red sports car. There's the back end of the white Ford Bronco. I guess that's a Corvette. Oh, there's some bicycling on the mall on the other side by two young black males.
Bartender was like, rated me 6, and then I talked to him.
Well, if you want to see a lot of cars of note passing down the mall, September, like the second full week or the weekend of September after Labor Day, might be a good one. If they're still having the annual car show at the fairgrounds. Let's look at the event calendar. Yes, the NSRA Street Rod Nationals North is on the event calendar, although it's listed twice. One listing is NSRA Street Rod Nationals North, and the other is 41st Annual NSRA Street Rod Nationals North. Dates are same. Friday through Saturday, or September 10 to 12, Friday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 8 to 1. One says 8 to 1, the other says 8:30 to 1. Two hours, 15 seconds. See more than 2,500 street rods, muscle cars, custom cars, truck and specialty vehicles, all 30 years old or older. It used to be that your vehicle had to be, 1949 or older. They were running out of vehicles that old, so then they changed it to anything 30 years or older. That means you'll have cars from the 90s there, potentially. 1990, 1991. Plus manufacturer exhibits, arts and crafts, vintage parts, swap meet, live entertainment, good food, and a whole lot more. Produced by the National Street Rod Association. Adults, $19 admission. Children ages 6 to 12, $6. So, not a lot of parents bringing along their disinterested teens, as they're going to have to pay $19 a piece for them. Probably not a lot of kids either. Children 5 and under are free. Parking is $3 per vehicle. A discount of $2 is available to seniors age 60 plus, military personnel, and NSRA members. Proper ID for each ticket is required for all discounts. Don't forget my senior discount. For more information, www.nsra-usa.com. The other event listing is identical, except it's titled 41st Annual, and then it has the Sunday starting time at 8:30 a.m. rather than 8 a.m. Hey, we got somebody recording a video over here. And by video, I mean music video. Can you see these three people here? They're recording a music video. The guy crouching down's got the camera. Woo! This will make great for my nest. Ooh, my nest is up here in the sign. Well, it is 6:34 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. This is shift change time for the police. Between they work 12-hour shifts.
I just love it. Yeah, absolutely. Like stuff that I feel. That's the thing, though.
6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. or 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. or 7 p.m. Presently, it seems that the ones who work downtown are working 7 to 7 because I will see them come on duty at, shortly after 7 o'clock. I'll see them, and they'll be when things are quiet, and they'll be checking the doors of the commercial properties to make sure they're locked.
No, that's fine.
Wow, another person pushing his bike.
Yeah. I like the color of mine a
Alright.
lot.
I haven't seen one like it.
And they're good.
Oh, wow. It's medium. Oh, sure.
Interesting.
That motorcycle was branded Red Bull. And there's a Central City parking vehicle. That truck, that white truck there. But he's not handing out parking tickets. He's just a maintenance guy. because there's not a whole lot to ticket for at this time of day and week. The metered parking spaces, oh, there's a helicopter. So the metered parking spaces are free on the weekends. In addition, they're free weekdays after 5, and it is an hour 42 minutes after 5 on a Saturday, so it's free for two different, the metered spaces are free for two different reasons. And then the 90-minute parking is enforced. The 90-minute free parking spaces are enforced on Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., but it's 43 minutes after 6, so there's no enforcement of that. So the ways to get a parking ticket now would be to park in a handicap space or park on the sidewalk. Well, hello, second person. I was just talking about the parking downtown on the weekends. And there's the helicopter again. And that truck is hauling the stage they were using for Music on the Mall until 6 o'clock. So it took them 43 minutes to shut down and haul out. And I don't even remember why I was talking about parking. Oh, yeah, because I saw a Central City parking vehicle. And I wanted to point out that that was not a parking enforcement officer. It was just a Central City parking maintenance person, because at this time of the day and week, parking is free. And the only way to get a parking ticket is regular parking violations, like parking in a handicap space or parking on the sidewalk, parking next to a fire hydrant. So parking enforcement officers don't even work Saturday evenings or Sundays. The reason why the parking guys do maintenance is because Central City Parking's parent company is American Building Management. Every time a vroom vroom or something goes by, I'll stop talking so you can hear it. Well, second person, someone was recording a music video here earlier. There's someone on a three-wheeled electric bicycle with a slow-moving vehicle triangle on the back. There has been a surprising lack of illegal bicycling, roller skating, inline skating, skateboarding, and scooter riding on the mall this evening. It's been a very compliant evening. We did see earlier one person start to drive the wrong way on South Street, and as is usually the case, I was the only one to bring it to their attention that they were about to drive the wrong way on a one-way street. Also, if you go back to the video prior to 6 o'clock, which at this point would be 46 minutes ago, you can hear the music from Music on the Mall. I plan to continue commentary until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is about another 45 minutes. Yes, Vroom, thank you. I tried initially at 4 o'clock to get the Open Broadcaster Studio software working, but I haven't used it before, so it sort of worked a little bit. You can see that on the channel. I can hear the saxophone busker. There is a permit program for the buskers. There's a lady and her pack mule dog. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Well, we didn't get to see pack mule dog. I like it when people put those backpacks on their dogs with all the pockets, and then it's like your own little pack mule. Yeah, if you hang out on the mall, you can see a lot of people. I prefer the fit ladies. Sometimes you'll see, if you come here on a weekday, you'll see some of them coming out of ballet class or yoga class. But here on the weekend, we get, people from out of town. Earlier, I was talking about other events happening downtown. There's nothing going on tomorrow. No concert in the park. The only thing going on tomorrow is at 4 o'clock at Arcadia Creek Festival Place, the weekly gathering of our local anarchist group. I believe their members are responsible for a lot of the graffiti around town, including the graffiti on Heritage Hall on Thursday, March 20th or so. Also, earlier in the video, when I was looking up Don Cooney, some people told me today they heard that Don Cooney was running for city commission. He was on the commission up until the end of last term, and then he didn't run for re-election because he's was 82. I don't know. I have to look it up how old he is now. Because he ran for Congress about a decade ago, he's got a Wikipedia article. I'll close this. We saw a red Corvette earlier, so I've got this Wikipedia page open to Chevrolet Corvette. Look up Don Cooney. He was born in... Doesn't have his birth date on here anymore. Well, you can't delete things from Wikipedia because it will be in the edit history, but someone decided to take his year of birth out of here. But he's like 84 years old now. Let's do a Don Cooney view history of this Wikipedia page. And see the last edit to his Wikipedia page was September 10, 2020. Anyway, you probably don't care, but yeah, let's see. I think he was born in like 1938, which would make him 83. Interesting, someone would delete his year of birth from the Wikipedia page. He doesn't care that he's really old. Oh, 1937. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. So I was looking up to find out what the Gazette had written about Don Cooney, and then I saw that one of the news tips that I'd given to the Gazette, that they used it on Tuesday, June 1st. The Parks and Recreation Board held an outdoor meeting at Martin Luther King Jr. Park, which is located on North Rose Street across from the Metro bus garage. Used to be called Metro Transit, but now it's just Metro. So you can get it confused with Metro by T-Mobile or Club Metro, which isn't even open anymore. But it's like that second word is really helpful to know what you're talking about. And one of the things they talked about was that the parks director felt they had a non-performing contractor in building the splash pad at Lacrone Park. And then I gave that tip to, I texted it the next day to Brad Devereaux at the Gazette, and then he published an article about it on June 11th. So if you go back in the video, wherever, I read the article in full, unless you want me to read it again for some reason. But that's one of my hobbies, is tipping the media about things of interest, because that's unusual. That usually, a contractor that a government entity hires is usually pretty good, because the contractor knows that is a really big endorsement of your services. If you're building things for a government entity like the city of Kalamazoo or Western Michigan University, you can put that on your website. You can say Splash Pad, Lacrone Park, like your portfolio, and then it makes you look more legitimate and helps you get more business. So anyway, yeah, the article said the contract was canceled and they were going to go with the second lowest bidder, and he said he felt he was a non-performing bidder during the meeting, but the fact that the contract has been canceled, that's news. There is an event coming up, a possible event coming up at 8 o'clock tonight at Arcadia Creek Festival Place. Yeah, it's fun. Every few months, they go with one of my tips, and I've been doing this for years. So tonight at 8 o'clock at Arcadia Creek Festival Place, there is supposed to be an anarchist event. I'll read you the flyer that I scanned. The People's Pride presents Queer and Trans Liberation Now, Abolitionist and Anti-Capitalist Mobile Dance Party. And then below it, it's got a picture of a police car that is damaged, and it looks like it's been in a junkyard for 5 years because it's got flowers growing out of the cabin or the passenger compartment. June 12, 8 p.m., Arcadia Creek Park. It's Arcadia Creek Festival Place. Calling it a park, well, it's not a city park. The Parks Department doesn't operate the festival site. It's operated by Kalamazoo Downtown Partnership, and it has fencing around it, which, while city parks do have fencing around them, but they're not intended to keep people out. The fencing at the festival site is intended to keep people out when they have paid admission events, but there are no paid admission events at city parks. So calling it Arcadia Creek Park is just not right for a couple of reasons. corner of Kalamazoo Avenue and Edward Street. Please wear a mask. Kink welcome. No cops, no corporations. So, of course, I tweeted this to the police and Kalamazoo Downtown Partnership and suggested they might want to keep an eye on the festival site tonight at and after 8, just to see if there's any vandalism there, because I believe the people associated with this event are responsible for a lot of the graffiti around town. Anyway, that's why I'm going to wrap this whatever I'm doing right now up in about a half hour at 7:30 and just see if they even do anything, or maybe I was successful in scaring them off. I don't know. I do things and I never get any direct feedback, but then the change that happens is kind of the change that could have happened as a result of my actions. So and I wouldn't begin any live streams at this spot prior to about 4 p.m. Well, thanks for stopping by. Well, welcome back. Not sure if I guess you're Ryan again. Anyway, I was saying that I wouldn't do a live stream from this location prior to 4 o'clock because this spot is in the sun until about 3:30. And I can hear the busker again. That's the saxophone. He can earn some money now that Music on the Mall is gone. He seems to be seated in about the right spot. Or I can't see him, but I can hear him coming from about the same spot. When I walked through the mall earlier, there was Music on the Mall, which was live music from 3 to 6. That was Kevin something. And then they had recorded music at Vintage in the Zoo Market, and then there were 3 buskers. The saxophone guy, guitar guy, and then 2 people playing guitar poorly, and then they had a domestic quarrel, and then they left. They weren't good guitar players anyway. But this guy with the saxophone, he's been downtown pretty consistently. I don't know, past 2 months. Sometimes he's in Bronson Park. And this, well, Kalamazoo Downtown Partnership used to issue busking licenses just so people knew that there were some rules. Yeah, I've not talked to him. I know in the past I've seen people's music cases open and they had the busking licenses in them. I haven't bothered to look to see if any of the people today had their busking licenses. Oh, we got a car with a, oh, there we go. That Chevy, see there's this tree in the way here and you can't see it. but that Chevy, whatever it is, hybrid there, Chevy Equinox, had its turn signal on the wrong way. So some people do figure it out. It helps when there's traffic coming the other way for them to figure out that they're about to go the wrong way. Yeah, that OBS, that Open Broadcaster Studio, this camera that I'm using now has a fixed focus and no zoom. So if I was using that Open Broadcaster Studio, I could at least do a digital zoom on some of this stuff, and then show you web pages or show you that flyer that I had. Can you hear them? Can you hear the sax now? That's good. It's nice to have someone on the other end, because I don't know what you can hear. Oh yeah, he's closer now. He's now on the east side of the mall, between the waiting room and Terrapin. That block of buildings there that contains the waiting room, which was Urban, and Terrapin and Adrian's Be Joyful Shop and Fandango. That's all owned by Tom Huff, Peregrine Company. And where the waiting room and Urban is now, there used to be a Walgreens in there. Walgreens left there maybe in 1999. And there used to be a McDonald's on the mall too, in the Taco Bob space. Like the Taco Bob space used to be McDonald's in there, and then I think it was a Subway. But now there's been no. Walgreens was like the last national merchant on the mall.
Now he's over here. I was the second guy over here, and I but he was great over there.
Well, those people were talking about the saxophone player too. Yeah, so some of these spaces that became vacant during the pandemic are seeing construction activity again. The Fandango restaurant space, brown paper has gone up in the windows there, and there's been some activity in there. And the Epic Center, where Nature Connection used to be, there's some kind of work going on in there. And in the Exchange Building and the southwest corner, they're putting in a restaurant there. So these spaces that became vacant are in the process of becoming reoccupied. I don't know about this Gazette space. Yeah, there's a lot of Well, if you go to the Kalamazoo Public Library's local history room or their Flickr account, you can find a lot of old pictures. So yeah, go to, I'll open it up. You can go to kpl.gov, but kpl.gov/local-history. That's the local history room. But they've been working to digitize a lot of their content. We'll just go to the library's homepage, flickr.com/photos/Kalamazoo Public Library. And galleries. It says no galleries. Albums. I'm sure they have a old photo gallery or album. Milling Photos, 1999. No, that's not it. The Gibson Guitar Company, 27 photos. That's not it. Downtown Kalamazoo, 2005. That's not it. Scavenger Hunt. Oh, yeah. So these are just pictures that if you're a Kalamazoo resident, you can probably identify all these things. It's buildings you know in their prior versions. Like where I'm at right now. It's got a picture of this Gazette building when it was a JCPenney. Okay, back to albums list. Maybe I should just Kalamazoo Breweries, 1924 Central Derailment. There's a lot of pictures on here. State Hospital, 1900. Kalamazoo, then and now. 13 photos. 2008, photography students at Western Michigan University under Professor William Davis began using the Kalamazoo Public Library's local history photograph. So it's side by sides of vintage photos. They look like then and then now. And these are all, well, the first few are Western. Kalamazoo Public Library Archives, 92 photos. And these are pictures of the library itself from the beginning of photography through like the 60s, it looks like.
I know.
No one made it.
Yeah, I screen captured. I've been screen capturing the library's board of trustees meetings, and the last one they gave a video presentation on their video production studio that is just for staff. And then at the prior meeting, they gave a presentation on their digitization room that they have like 100 megapixel camera mounted above, and then they got a foot pedal, and so they can lay pictures out on a table and then digitize them that way. Anyway, I don't know. I haven't checked their YouTube channel to see if they actually, in the meeting they played YouTube videos, but I haven't even bothered to check if those videos are actually on the library's own YouTube channel. But whenever I get around to checking on it, I might, and if they're not there, then I'll just put them up on my own channel. I've also been screen capturing the Downtown Development Authority meetings because, again, they're having them on Zoom, recording them, but not making the recordings available to the public, which is kind of crazy. It's so easy for them to do that. Let's go back to the library's Flickr account. Just search Kalamazoo Mall on there. Well, not all these are correct. You search Kalamazoo Mall on Flickr, and of course, there's pictures of the Maple Hill Pavilion in Oshtemo Township. I've also searched Kalamazoo Mall, and they show the pictures of the Crossroads Mall in Portage. Yeah, there's a bunch of indoor pictures of the Maple Hill Pavilion. Or actually, these might be the West Main Mall, which was also in Oshtemo Township. Now, I always wondered what was the deal with the West Main Mall, because it was a dead mall the entire time I'd been here. And then I went to a local history presentation at the public library, and they said that the West Main Mall was the first indoor mall in Kalamazoo County. and that Oshtemo Township gave them a 30-year property tax abatement that expired in 1999. And so and then when I heard that, I knew, oh, that's why they kept that open as a dead mall, and then they tore it down in 2000 approximately because their tax abatement had been expired. When the Maple Hill or the West Main Mall in its final years, the only thing that was in there was a movie theater. At the time, it was, I'm not sure how many screens it had, but one of the screens was said to be the largest movie screen in Kalamazoo County. And that's where I saw Beavis and Butthead Do America on that screen. And I think some people were complaining that there was ceiling material falling from the ceiling while they were watching the movie. That was in December 1996. So when the West Main Mall closed, the only thing that was like open in there was the movie theater and the Secretary of State office. And the Secretary of State office ended up first relocating to the Maple Hill Pavilion space that is now I think a hobby shop right next to Target. And then the West Main movie theater was kind of replaced by the Kalamazoo 10. But yeah, we had that dead mall, and then the Maple Hill Pavilion became a dead mall too. Saxophone player is either wrapping up for the night or he's relocating. Yeah, so when you see like the episode of The Simpsons where they go into a dead mall and they got the candy vending machines, where all the candy is just one huge cylinder of goo. Yeah, we had one of those, the West Main Mall. It was located about where the Hardings is. Well, you also have the Lowe's. It's been a long time. Yeah, there's a bunch of those videos where people go into dead malls and dead stores. There's one about some city. They like had a landfill and they closed it, and then they put a retail complex on top of it. But then like 5 years later, gases started seeping out. And so yeah, there's a YouTube video of some guy, it might be in Ohio, just search I don't know, dead mall Ohio or something, you might be able to find it. But yeah, the ground was shifting. There's cracks in the foundations of these buildings. Might have been suburban Cleveland or something. And then there's the CGP Gray guy. He tours like a missile test site that's now on a Native American reservation. And then he talked about how he was afraid of locking himself in some of those old doors, but he had permission, he said. Let's see here. Also, in this, if you search Flickr for Kalamazoo Mall, another thing that's incorrect in here are these pictures of the Bronco Mall at Western. I mean, it is a mall in Kalamazoo, but it's not the Kalamazoo Mall. And here's a picture in this Flickr search of Kalamazoo Mall, of the Kalamazoo Mall, approximately where I'm sitting right now, showing the JCPenney building and Fidelity. Um, it's not. I don't see. Oh, it was uploaded March 2012, but this picture is from the 60s. I mean, because the mall didn't. I mean, the first block of the mall opened in 1959, but the rest of it, we can add 3. I was earlier counting how many times we saw a police car, so now we're up to 3. See, now these are it's on the evening shift at 7 o'clock. Some of them start the night shift at 6, some at 6:30, and some at 7. And the ones who work downtown seem to start their shift at 7 because they're a lot more visible when they start their shift. Sometimes you can see them. Things are slow. Not so much on a Saturday night, but on a Sunday night or maybe Monday night, they'll walk the mall and they'll pull on all the door handles and make sure they're locked. I was kind of counting the police because last night I just saw like a police officer going by like every 5 minutes. But yeah, just search Flickr for Kalamazoo Mall and you'll find at least some old pictures. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, that's why I'm going to shut down here in a few minutes. So yeah, this you search Flickr for Kalamazoo Mall, and I see one vintage photo, and I'm sure if you, and also there's photos. Oh, there's some more of the Maple Hill Pavilion. It was the Maple Hill Mall, and then when they took out the indoor mall part and made it, they call not a super center. There's another word for it. When there's a mall, but there's no indoor common space, where it's all just a plaza. And so the Maple Hill Mall was the Maple Hill Pavilion, but then they turned all the businesses so they were accessible from the park, directly from the parking lot, rather than going to a main mall entrance. Anyway, there's some pictures on here from this time last year, like a week earlier, when the businesses on the mall were boarded up after the riot or whatever. There's a picture here of the grand opening of the first block of the mall. The original block of the Kalamazoo Mall is the block next to the Radisson. And here's a picture from its grand opening, I guess. I got all these windows open, so I'll just tell you what you may have missed that I talked about earlier. The annual Hot Rod Car Show is scheduled for this late summer. Most people would call it fall because it's after Labor Day. But every year on the second weekend of September or the weekend after Labor Day, we have the NSRA Street Rod Show at the fairgrounds. And if you want to see a bunch of classic cars on the streets of Kalamazoo, including the mall, then that second week of September, of course, they'll be all over the fairgrounds, but they'll just be all over town. All the hotels, every hotel parking lot is like a mini classic car show that weekend. So that's September 10 to 12, Friday through Sunday at the fairgrounds, or now more commonly called the Kalamazoo County Expo Center, but I just call it the fairgrounds. Admission is $19, so and that is for people down to age 13. So as I said earlier, I don't think many parents are bringing their disinterested teenagers to the car show. Also, I think the best time, like if you don't want to pay to see the cars, the best time to go would be they have like an awards ceremony on Sunday. Oh, the hours of that are Friday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 8 to 1. So somewhere in there on Sunday, they have, maybe at noon on Sunday, I guess, they have an awards ceremony. And then the event ends, and then all the cars drive out of that place. So you can just hang out at the exits and record video. Either watch the cars or record video. I've always wanted to record video of all the cars streaming out of there. And I had a window open here about the city ordinance regarding that prohibits skateboards, rollerblades, non-motorized scooters, or roller skates on the mall is prohibited, including that area of the mall designated for vehicular traffic. And I've always thought that city ordinance is wrong because it says rollerblades, but rollerblades is a brand name. It should say inline skates. So that's one of the things I noticed this evening, that there was almost nobody, except for like one guy, no illegal skateboarding, scooter riding, bicycling. There was a pair of inline skaters. And then there's all the people who now on the electric skateboards and the electric bikes and the electric balance wheels and the electric scooters that also ride on the sidewalk. And so there you're doing two illegal things. One, you're scooter riding or whatever on the sidewalk, and two, it's a motorized vehicle. So that's two violations there. And then I noted the dew point earlier, I think it was like 64, and we're Weather Underground forecast a good drop on the dew point tomorrow between about 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Dew point dropping from around 60 to 48. So that's a big drop in the dew point. The dew point's a measure of the humidity. It's what the relative humidity is derived from. The humidity itself, percentage relative humidity, doesn't really tell you anything. I mean, if it's 100% humidity, it's either raining or fog. But the dew point, the relative humidity changes throughout the day. As it warms up, the relative humidity goes down. But the dew point can stay flat all day. And the dew point also kind of suggests the low temperature because the temperature won't go below the dew point. The dew point measures the cooling effect of evaporation of water. So the dew point is kind of like a floor. For example, like the current dew point is in the mid 60s, and tonight's forecast low is 64. So you can often look at the dew point, the current dew point, and assuming it stays the same, the night's low temperature might be about 5 degrees above that. Hey, well, thank you for joining me, third person and a couple of likes. You've joined at the wrong moment because I'm about ready to shut this down because I'm going to go to Arcadia Creek Festival Place and see if the anarchists are going to do anything. I'll just read you the flyer. Let me open it up. You know, if you guys are going to, actually watch my videos and or live stream, I'll, maybe make this a regular habit on Saturday evenings around this time. I've been here in Kalamazoo a while, and I do enjoy to share my information, or as I shared with Ryan earlier, tip the media about things. The Gazette article published yesterday, yesterday morning, I guess, about the splash pad at Bronson Park. That was my tip that I sent them on June 2nd. Anyway, the flyer for the event. It reads, "The People's Pride presents Queer and Trans Liberation Now, Abolitionist and Anti-Capitalist Mobile Dance Party." And then below that is a drawing of a police car that looks, well, it's damaged. The front end is damaged. And it looks like it's been in the junkyard for like 5 years because it's got flowers growing out of the passenger compartment. And June 12, 8 p.m., and it says Arcadia Creek Park, but that's not correct. The name of the place is Arcadia Creek Festival Site, and that's an important distinction because it's not a city park. The festival site is not under the control of the city parks department. It's under the control of Kalamazoo Downtown Partnership. And notably, that looks like Ben, but it's not. I'd asked my friend Ben to join me this evening for the live stream. Here comes a Corvette. Another Corvette. Let's see here. If I had the OBS program, I could at least do a digital zoom. You can probably hear the Corvette. So you're only going to be able to see the Corvette when it goes through there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be anybody at that thing or not, but I'm curious, so. Corvette turned. You can hear the Corvette, though. I'll read again that flyer again. That third person may have gone away, but yeah, the festival site. It's under the control of Kalamazoo Downtown Partnership, not the City Parks Department, and it's got fencing around it, so it can be closed off for paid admission events. City Parks, while they may have fencing, it's not for the purpose of keeping. Well, they do have the gates that are there for the purpose of keeping people out, but that's more vehicles. The fencing at the festival site is to keep people out so they can charge admission to events. And there's no, there may be special events in city parks, but they are not allowed. There's a police car again. That will be number 4. They're more visible at the beginning of their shift. And it's like this in the morning, too. At 7 in the morning, the police downtown come on duty, and they're a lot more visible. Finishing up the flyer, corner of Kalamazoo Avenue and Edwards Street. Please wear a mask. Kink welcome. No cops, no corporations. So I'm going to shut this down. Maybe I'll see you there, Ryan. We'll try this again. Maybe, depending on the weather. Certainly not going to be here if it's raining. But yeah, we'll see. Depending on what feedback I get. I could make this a regular Saturday evening thing. I do kind of like hanging out here and seeing some of the nicer women. Occasionally, people out walking their dogs too, and then occasionally, earlier, this wasn't in the video at all, but there was a guy when they were doing music on the mall. There was a black guy dancing in the middle of the street. So sometimes there's stuff to watch. Anyway, see you later. Bye.